Well, hello YouTube and future potential owner. This is a quick explanation video, maybe a bit of lore and just some background as to the materials that I use for this project. So this is the Icy unit. It is a mixed media art project, obviously made up of many different things, used a lot of different materials. Gonna try and list off as many of those in this video as possible. Not great at editing videos, don't have any real means of editing these videos, so bear with me as I try to stumble through the narration for all of this. So again, this is the Icy unit. It's still a work in progress at this point. I'm doing the final touching stages. Oh boy. Doing the final touch up and finishing stages for the project. So yeah, let's walk through it a little bit. It's made up of a bunch of different toys and just greeblies and doodads that we've accumulated over the years. Obviously, having multiple children, that happens over time. So yeah, just some of the stuff. Don't want to give too much of it away, but like the main body is the majority of a transformer. There's other transformer bits. The little minigun / ice blaster is from, I don't even know, just some dollar store toy. The nuclear power pod, or whatever you want to call it, is made of an old, pardon me, please bear with the potential lip smacking, the ums, the uhs, and any other gross mouth noises. My apologies. So yeah, this is an old Kinder egg. I still got to glue down the back of that. That's why it's kind of moving around a little bit. But yeah, just old parts from old toys over the years, like old charging wire. This, the like kind of piece de resistance that kind of really draws your eye to the entire piece. This is an old like Minions Happy Meal toy. It was like a sphere. Anyway, used half of that, and then inevitably what's going to end up happening is this lovely little piece of wood that I sealed up with super glue is going to go inside of this protective jar. And then there's another leg that's going to be attached eventually as well. Trying not to smash this around too much. But yeah, let's get into some of the materials that we used for this project. Obviously, lots of different paints. The desk is a bit of a nightmare at the moment, so please bear with me. But yes, like old jam jar, candy jar, don't even remember. Paints, Citadel paints. Definitely not going to recommend going out and buying a bunch of Citadel paints if you want to try your hand at some of these hobby projects. Craft paints at your local dollar store, more than adequate, especially if you're just kind of having some fun. I'm going to put the camera down for a sec here and try to get a better view of the workstation. Now that doesn't want to seem to work. Okay, so back at it. Yeah, for glues, just using stuff like Tamiya, thin cement, which is like a plastic glue, super glue. Definitely don't recommend either of these for kids. If you are, a tween or a teen, definitely maybe ask your parents for permission first before using any of these products. Again, stuff from Citadel, not going to recommend it too much just on account of the fact it's very expensive model paint, and you can get cheaper stuff and in my opinion, unequal quality. Anyways, I'm prattling on at this point. But yeah, other stuff just that you can pick up at your local dollar store, at the Dollarama, wherever you might live. But yeah, just makeup brushes. I recommend not stealing your mom's or your sister's. But yes, just, different styles and different sizes of paintbrushes and makeup brushes. You can get all of that stuff for cheap at the dollar store. I just pick up these cheap synthetic brushes. You can get them for like, I don't even know, like $2 a pack. Poor brush care. But anyways, yeah, cheap brushes for just fun little projects like this. So back to the project. Pardon me if it's echoing too much. I should use my Ender voice. Yeah, so just the base, old Lego base. These just foam blocks. made from polystyrene insulation. And then, yeah, just a bit of spackle and some base paints. And then, yeah, just added different highlights, debating going over the sand again or not. I don't even know where to go from here. Yeah, just going over the basics. Wanted to really come up with a good idea for the lore as well. I guess we can touch on the lore for a little bit. YouTube likes those 10 to 11 minute videos. It really seems to appease the algorithm. Speaking of algorithms, so yeah, getting into the lore. So this machine originally created for maybe not so good reasons. The idea I had originally behind the lore is that the Earth experienced some sort of catastrophic event, like a pole shift, something to that magnitude, where the world was more or less flipped on its side. I'm doing my best to keep this in frame while also chatting. But yeah, so obviously world-changing event occurs. Humans do what they do best. I guess I can kind of just give some spins while I'm talking here. But yeah, humans do what they do best. They start fighting over the diminished resources that our planet is already experiencing. And after an event like that, people tend to go even more overboard. So the pole shift, bad enough. Humans going and doing what they do. According to science fiction and most of recorded history. But anyway, I digress. So these machines obviously originally used for not so good reasons. Eventually, humanity comes to some sort of agreement. The Citadel is formed, and these are refurbished and put out into the big wide world that remains to try and harvest not only viable drinking water and ice that can be turned into, mostly water, but it also has another protocol where if it comes across any organic life, like viable living organic life, it's to harvest it and then immediately take it to the nearest research facility where, of course, a whole different series of protocols occur after that. So anyway, it's something that I stumbled across with a few other channels who were doing something similar at the time for a build it yourself robot challenge, which was definitely heavily inspired by that robot challenge. I'll do my best to link those videos in this video, and I'll do my best to link all the supplies that I used for this project. But yeah, I mean, just honestly, it's for fun. I saw that the school, my son's school, you know what school you go to, they were doing this art auction, and I just felt compelled to kind of kick this creative funk I'd been going through for the last couple of years because of stuff. But anyways, not to get too heavy into that, it's just been a really, really fun experience. And getting those, creative ideas out into the real world and just seeing it sitting here, it's been such a project of love. It really has. So and of course, working with my son, getting ideas from him, getting input from him. It's just been a really enjoyable experience overall. And I'm looking forward to doing it again. I had some delusions of grandeur. I wanted to get maybe 2 or 3 projects done for this particular auction, but this ended up eating up a lot of time. And I actually did have to wait for a few of my resources to come in, like my base paints, that's what held it up mostly, was me trying to acquire some base paint. But anyway, regardless of all of that, the particular paints I used for this project, I will do my best to link all of that in the description of the video as well. But most of them, again, being Citadel paints, and then just a few cool things just what would you call them? I'm trying to think of the name and I'm having a brain fart. Oh my goodness. They're like technical paints and washes. That's the word I was looking for. But we're at about the 10-minute mark. That's more or less all I have to share for now. I might add a bit more to the lore. Whoever is potentially lucky enough to win this in the auction, thank you so much for your contributions. The school definitely appreciates it. Everyone in the community appreciates it. And from me and my son, from my heart to yours, I truly believe that hands are an extension of the heart. So I hope someone gets to enjoy this as much as we have creating it. And I think it's spent just about enough time in our home. So I think it's about time it found a new one. Anyways, take care, everybody. Stay blessed, God bless, and we'll talk to you soon.